stats as far as ball in the air, ball on the ground. As long as it's in the end zone, I think that's important.
For the Rough Riders, Kent Austin and the offense must continue to pick up the yardage, but this time pick up the points as well.
Already we have a quarterbacking change for the Stampeders. It'll be Danny Barrett starting tonight for Wally Botto and company. Some thoughts on that now and some other matters about the game. Here's John Wells and Leif Petters.
Well, it is rather interesting considering that Terrence Jones won last week, but neither quarterback in Calgary has passed for a touchdown so far this season, and perhaps that's the reason for the change.
Well, you know, Danny Barrett, he does nothing but win, John. If you had your choice of maybe 5 quarterbacks to start for you in the league, he wouldn't make the list. But I'll tell you, all he does is run the football when he has to. He's leading the league in rushing TDs with 3. And, boy, if you want a guy with a big heart on your team, number 8's the guy you'd like to have.
As far as the Saskatchewan Roughriders are concerned in this one tonight, they're looking for just a little bit more offense because they came up just a little bit short last week.
Well, you know, we saw at the opening here, they beat up on Calgary statistically, but really it doesn't mean a whole lot when you don't score more points than the other guys. But Ken Austin's off to a great start, leading the league in passing, and they got so many offensive weapons with Don Narcisse and Timmy McRae. Their time will come, and it might be tonight.
We'll see just a little later on TSN. Peter?
All right, guys, thank you. If you don't like the weather in Saskatchewan, wait 10 minutes. It's liable to change. We hope it will. But right now, the showers have started again. More ahead on the CFL Report, live from Taylor Field in Regina. Stay with us. Taylor Field, about 25,000 expected for this game. There would have been more but for the showers, and we have another one moving through the area right now. So lots of ponchos and umbrellas getting a little bit of a workout, including mine. Make Leaf Laugh is on again this week on the CFL Report. We keep picking on the linemen. We got a good one this week. Go ahead, Leaf.
1978 was my last year in the Saskatchewan Rough Rider uniform, but coincidentally it was the first year, rookie year, for a young fuzzy-faced kid from Saskatoon named Bob Poley. Bob, I tell you what, you've had 13 funny years in the CFL. It's been a great time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been great. I've had a lot of fun.
Okay, you know the rules. It's Make Leaf Laugh. Give me your best, funniest joke or your funniest football-related story, and if you can make me laugh, which I have a feeling you'll do because I laughed at you in 1978, you will win the TSN hat. Are you ready?
Well, I'll give it a shot, yeah.
All right. The stage is yours, Bob Poley, the polecat. Get with it.
Okay. Well, I got a little story that my wife came home from the doctor the other day, and she was bubbling. She was all excited, and so I asked her, I said, what are you so excited about? He said, well, she said the doctor told her she had breasts of a 20-year-old.
Wow.
And legs of a 21-year-old.
Even better. And
she was all excited about it.
I'm excited now.
So this kind of irritated me a little bit, so I thought, well, I'll get her. I'll fix her. And I asked her, I said, did he mention anything about your 30-year-old ass? And she looked at me and she said, no, he didn't even mention your name.
I love it. That is very good. You're the third offensive lineman on this year. You get the hat. Excellent. Great job. It's nice to see you.
It's not that hard to make him laugh. It's not that hard.
Okay. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All righty. I think Jack Donahue, among others, would recommend or recognize that little story. If Jack's looking in tonight from Ottawa, I'm sure he's heard it before. Well, the showers have gotten a little heavier. The clouds a little darker. We're about 13 minutes to kickoff from Taylor Field. We'll come back on the CFL Report after this. 4 times these two teams met in 1989. The Rough Riders won 3 of them, and of course the big one was the Western semifinal at McMahon Stadium. The Stampeders' only victory came here at Taylor Field. It's been a great rivalry over the years. To talk about that and their players of the week, here's John Wells and Leif Petters. Guys.
All right, let's look back to week 2 in Canadian football. I go first this week.
Yeah, right? You go first. You're older. You go first.
I'll go to Hamilton and to the Tiger Cats and to Earl Winfield, who had a pretty sensational ball game last week. He caught 3 touchdowns, and he caught those touchdowns from 3 different quarterbacks, or at least 3 different throwers. Last week, 3 TDs for Earl Winfield, 1 from Mike Kerrigan, 1 from Derek McAdoo, and the other from Todd Dillon. Leif?
That was an easy choice for you, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't that.
You know who I picked for my offensive player of the week? Well, he doesn't have to be offensive, but my player of the week is Terrence Jones of the Calgary Stampeders. I mean, anytime management goes out and says This is guaranteed win night, and you're getting your first start of the year. You're a young guy only in your second year, and you pull out the win against the defending Grey Cup champions, no less. I mean, you have to be the player of the week. So, Terrence Jones, you got it.
Yeah, but I think you've jinxed him because he doesn't get the start here tonight.
Doesn't matter. Terrence, you're still my player of the week. Nice job.
And we may see him here tonight before it's all over at Taylor Field. Peter?
Okay, guys, the weather's getting worse. I'll pick Les Brown with 3 interceptions last week. Honorable mention to Ronnie Hopkins of the Calgary Stampeders. Let's go around the league now and see what's happening. Big surprise in Ottawa Thursday night. The Rough Riders came out flying. They got 2 touchdown passes from Damon Allen to Stephon Jones, and they needed both of those and more in a 50-46 upset of the Edmonton Eskimos. The standings in the West, the Eskimos with 4 points, 1 ahead of Calgary, 2 ahead of Saskatchewan, 3 ahead of the British Columbia Lions. The Lions waived defensive end Mark Gastineau on Monday, but with his large personal services contract to the owner, Murray Pezim, it wasn't surprising that no team picked him up. It doesn't appear Gastineau is in playing shape yet, but he will be in the lineup on Friday night when the Lions meet the Blue Bombers in Vancouver. In the first 2 weeks, the Bombers have been the best defensive team in the league, giving up just over 20 points a game, 19 points fewer than second-place Hamilton. Bombers lead the East with a record of 2-0. The Argonauts still looking for their first win. And with all their offensive talent, the Argos beat themselves last week in Winnipeg. Matt Donegan and company turned the ball over 7 times on interceptions alone. The no-huddle offense needs to meet and talk things over.
After his dismal performance against Winnipeg, you have to wonder if Matt Donegan still has the support of Argo fans in Toronto.
He's going to improve. There's just no way, like, he's going to get better. There's no question about it. Once he starts settling down, I mean, he was great in preseason. There was no pressure on him, but now all of a sudden it's there. Right? There's all these people that he's got the biggest city and the biggest market, and he's got to perform and be excellent. He'll get used to it.
It wasn't up to par. I mean, the amount of money they paid, he's just not giving them what they paid for. Yeah, way overpriced.
No, I know. He's proved himself before in the league. I don't think he's going to turn out to be a bust at all. I think he's just learning a new offense, and it's going to take some time.
Company with a tough assignment Saturday in Hamilton. Right now, the Riders and the Stampeders have a tough assignment just dealing with the weather. John.
All right, we're going to open the viewer mail for this week, and our letter comes from Islington, Ontario, from Richard Rogers, who writes, Dear Leaf, is there any chance the CFL will return to Montreal? Well, you know, it's just not the same without them.
Yeah, you know what, Richard, I agree. To me, it's not the same without them either. But the only problem is when they were playing there, the fans in Montreal didn't support them. Heck, they got a great baseball team in the Expos, and they don't go out to watch them. It's not like it was 20 years ago, Richard. I would love to see a team back in Montreal, but boy, oh boy, don't hold your breath.
All right, if you have any thoughts or comments, you'd like to drop us a line, here is the address to CFL Questions, 1155 Leslie Street, Don Mills, Ontario, M3C2J6. Send them to Leaf because he has all the answers.
Okay, guys, thank you. We're 7.5 minutes to kickoff from Taylor Field. The Rough Riders and the Calgary Stampeders. Local blackouts in effect in the Regina area, so please check your local listing. So long for now.